His name is Armstrong. A lot of people in the city will say, and there's proof or whatever you want to say, may be proof, is proof, that he snitched on a guy or two or whatever to get out of his situation and to get out of prison. That's almost like a death sentence in hip hop and rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's almost like raping 30 women. You know what I mean? Seriously, man, I just could care less. I couldn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were ashamed because now Armstrong, he's out. He's been out for a little while now, but now he's trying to make a comeback. He just had a big show. No, people didn't think it would be a big show, but he actually sold the show out about 2 weekends ago. He got one of the hottest songs out that's in the city, but a lot of people are like telling people, hey, don't listen to this song. If you listen to this song, you're supporting that, and you like rats and this and that. No, man, I just like what I perceive to be good music. So I know that I am in the minority on this, and it's okay. It doesn't make me better or worse than anybody, okay? Because a lot of people, when it comes to, especially, yes, our entertainers, our musicians, and all of that stuff, people really wrap themselves, and sports figures, if you will, they wrap themselves into the people in their lives. And I'm not that way. You know what I mean? So, and I have somebody in mind, and specifically I'm going to talk about at the end, but just to give you a better idea what I'm talking about, it's just like, like the whole R. Kelly thing is unfortunate, but I just don't care. I'm able to separate the music from the man because the thing is, man, I don't know any of these people. Like, I don't know any of them. Any of them could be doing any goddamn thing.
So you're talking about like somebody's like a super fan of a particular artist, and then the artist does something that's bad, and now they've got I don't know, what do they feel? Shame, embarrassed? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, well, yes, the masses will shame you into loving their product or being a fan of them, whether it's a sports figure, whether it is an artist, or somebody who paints pictures. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is, but yeah, they shame you for still, listening to that person or going to spend money and watch that person play a sport or what have you, because of what that person did. And my thing is, like I said, I don't know these people. And then at the top of the top, like for example, some people would not listen to R. Kelly for what he did or suppose he did or what have you or whatever did do. And then because they have this infinity for fucking Michael Jackson, they just dismiss whatever he got going on.
Yeah.
They dismiss him under the rug.
Keep listening to Michael Jackson.
Another one you bring up, the Diddy situation, the same thing.
Yeah, Diddy the same thing.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy who not in that vein, but you could say it's similar. It's a guy in Orlando. All right. And his name is Armstrong. All right. And Armstrong is an artist, and he's a street artist. He's a street rapper or whatever, a gangster rapper. That's the genre that he's in or whatever. And, a lot of people in the city will say, and there's proof or whatever you want to say, may be proof, is proof, that he snitched on a guy or two or whatever to get out of his situation and to get out of prison. That's almost like a death sentence in hip hop and rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's almost like raping 30 women. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I just could care less. I couldn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were ashamed because now Armstrong, he's out. He's been out for a little while now, but now he's trying to make a comeback. He just had a big show. No, people didn't think it would be a big show, but he actually sold the show out about 2 weekends ago. We got one of the hottest songs out that's in the city, but a lot of people are like telling people, hey, don't listen to this song. If you listen to this song, you're supporting that, and you like rats and this and that. No, man, I just like what I perceive to be good music. That's all I like. I like good music. If you have good music, I'm going to listen to it. The one guy, the 6ix9ine guy, didn't like his music, but if he made good music, I would have been listening to it because I just don't give a damn.
He wasn't capable of making any good music. that guy was garbage.
Like you don't know any of these people, even Kodak. Like everybody know Kodak is my favorite artist out of all the young guys out right now and all that case. Lil Wayne is my GOAT. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care what these guys do. When Lil Wayne had that picture where he kissed Birdman, whatever, that didn't make me feel gay because I'm around here saying Lil Wayne is the best. I still said the next day, I still said, but you know how many guys, I was in school, I was in college at the time. You know how many guys was running around saying, oh, you like Lil Wayne, you gay now. How can you like Lil Wayne? They were just saying he was the GOAT a day before that. Then the day after, it's like, oh, there's no way you could like this guy. You know, I'm like, man, listen, man, it's the music. It's the music. If he was the GOAT to me yesterday, he's the GOAT to me tomorrow. He'd be the GOAT 10 years from now, which is the case. I just don't care about any of that shit, man.
Well, I think okay, a couple points. Like, for me, like when I think of like celebrity worship, I think of that something like you do when you're like young. And you're like a kid, and you get into like whether it's an athlete or maybe a musical performer, and you're like that's your person. I feel as you get older, you just like recognize talent or art for what it is, and that's it. Like I'm not you. I don't really care what a person does off the field or whatever, or when they're not making music, and I just take it as that. Like to me, when somebody does something, makes a movie, a show, music, gives us athletic performance, like they're giving that to the public domain for us to enjoy and do whatever. They're not necessarily giving us their private life, and we don't ask for that. We don't need to take it. So if somebody like releases it, like R. Kelly's got a catalog of incredible music. It's like he might have done some horrible shit, and now he's in jail, and he's got to deal with all that.
Yeah.
We get to keep the songs.
Yeah.
We get to keep the songs. That's just the trade-off. They're part of like the public domain of music and entertainment and all that. And so I'm with you on that. It's it's just music, movies, athletic. It's once it's out, you can't put it back in the bottle.
Yeah.
And you don't need to. That's why I always feel weird about the Reggie Bush stuff has been in the news lately. Like people kind of standing on him to say give the Heisman back because everyone's getting paid now. But like he won the Heisman. Like we saw the games. Like he was that guy in the whatever 2005 or 6 or whatever the hell year it was. It's like we can't unsee that. Like the fact that he doesn't have the Heisman, maybe personally he feels done wrong in some way. But it's like as far as I'm concerned, he's the Heisman guy. He had that season. We can't put that back, and it's just stupid to try.
Yeah,
you have to move forward in life.
That was really weird.
You can't take things away.
No. That's it, man. That's it. That was on my mind. Thought it was interesting. Hopefully, I won't get shunned for that.
Or canceled.
Yeah. We already lost 2 listeners, so.
Did we?
I don't
because
know.
Of that?
I was just joking.
Fairweather fans.
But yes, on to March Madness here. All right. Again, man, we're in the season here. And let's start on the we'll start on the men's side here, and of course we got UConn being the favorite. UConn is the last 10 to 15 years they've been very highly competitive.
No, not really.
No.
The arc. We're talking about the men, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying winning championships, but I'm saying competitive.
UConn's to me, and I so I grew up in Connecticut. When I was growing up in the late '80s, before I went to Florida State, UConn was like the Big East doormat. Mm-hmm. Like you had the great Patrick Ewing, Georgetown teams. Villanova had some teams. Syracuse had some teams. Connecticut was the automatic win in the Big East. They were the team that all the good teams pounded.
You schedule your homecoming, baby UConn.
Then entered Jim Calhoun. And that guy built that program from nothing into a monster. Like literally as soon as I left to go to Florida State, they started getting good.
Yeah. And
during his prime, I believe they won 3 titles with him. Things like that they normally do got a little rough at the end. And then they've kind of been up and down since. They had one shining moment with Kevin Ollie where they won a title, but then he had some issues and they fell apart. And then they hired Danny Hurley. And I thought that this was a fantastic hire. I'm a huge fan of Bob Hurley Sr., the St. Anthony's coach. read a lot of stuff about him, seen a lot of documentaries. In case you're not aware, that's Bobby Hurley, the old Duke guy's father. Coached probably the best high school coach that's ever existed in high school basketball. And Danny's his other son, played at Seton Hall, has been bouncing around coaching high school, coaching college. And UConn hires him. And he's just been fantastic. And he's like his dad. He's a super intense guy, kind of that like Northeastern New York swagger thing going. And he's built an absolute monster. And Dion actually paraphrased his quote earlier this year. About 3 or 4 years ago, in his first year at the job, they were getting beat. And it was very mediocre. He was at a press conference after a game, and he was clearly frustrated. And he's not a guy that hides frustration. And he just kind of was like, there wasn't even a question pending in the interview. And he's just like, if you're gonna get us now, because it's coming.